Before we actually start designing our keychain, let's take a look at the basic window of Tinkercad to see what tools Tinkercad provides us to create 3D objects. The first thing you should notice is this big blue square in the very center of your screen. This is called the Workplane, and it's where we can both place and modify objects when we're creating a single component. In the top left here, you'll see a box as well as 5 circles. The box here allows us to change the view at which we look at our objects. Clicking this box will allow us to rotate it freely, viewing the object from any angle, and clicking either a corner or a face will allow us to view it from a specific angle. In this case, we're viewing it from the top left front corner, or if we click here, we'll be viewing it from the top front. This button here is called the home view, and if you ever find that your view has gone completely crazy and you don't know where your object is, you can always click this button to return to a default view. The button below it is called Fit All in View, and if you click this button, it allows you to see a very large object and it will scale your zoom so that the entire object appears within frame. The next two buttons are very simply Zoom In and Zoom Out. And the final button here is a little bit more complicated, but it will allow you to switch between orthographic view and perspective view. Right now, we are in what's called perspective view, which makes the objects appear as if we were looking at them in the real world. Objects farther away from us will look smaller, and objects closer to us will look larger. If we switch to the orthographic view, you'll see that it makes the objects look somewhat distorted. However, orthographic view makes everything appear geometrically correct, so that even objects are farther away from us or nearer to us, they are still scaled accurately so you can tell how large objects are compared to one another. The vast majority of design, I would recommend using perspective view. Orthographic view has its uses, but for 99% of the time, perspective view will be much easier for you to work in. However, if you're on PC and you're using a mouse, there are easier ways for you to change your perspective and zoom in and zoom out. Quite simply, the standard scroll wheel will allow you to both zoom in and zoom out on your workplane. Clicking the right mouse button and moving the mouse will allow you to change your perspective freely. And clicking the middle mouse button, or the scroll wheel, will allow you to translate the workplane to view things farther to the left, right, closer to you, or farther away from you. On the right side, you'll see the shape generator. Tinkercad is nice in that it allows us a set of pre-built shapes in order to click and drag objects onto our workplane so that we can construct various components. Adding a cube, for example, to our workplane is as easy as clicking the cube and dragging it onto the workplane. Releasing the left mouse button will place the object on our workplane and allow us to modify it. In the top right corner, you will see Import, Export, and Share, which allows you to both bring objects into Tinkercad for editing, as well as export to either share them with other people or print them out using a 3D printer. The rest of the tools here, these objects that are currently grayed out, will be talked about in future videos, so don't worry about those. But let's get right into designing the keychain.